Hello and welcome to the install video for Quartus 13.0 Service Pack 1. I'm going to go ahead and head over to the website and show which files to download and then walk through the process. Okay. So here is the website, and you can select any version. They're already up to version 21 at this point. But we want to choose 13.0 Service Pack 1. For the Cyclone 2, this is the latest version of software that the Cyclone 2 is supported in. Once you go to 14 and up, it is no longer supported. So this is why we're using this particular one. It's an older version. Obviously, it's at this point about 8 years old. But it is the best version for our software. So I'm going to download 3 files. I've got this one right here. You want the Quartus, you want the model sim, Altera, okay? And then you also want the device support for the Cyclone devices, okay? If you had other devices, you could add that support as well, and you can always go in later and add that support. But definitely you want it for the Cyclone too. So I'm going to download these 3 files. Okay, I'm going to agree to this. I don't believe I'm signed in. Okay, so you do have to have your own username and password to get this software. I did not use my Ivy Tech email, but I do already have an email. I'm sorry, a username and password. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in. All right. So right away they take me not where I was. They take me to the Quartus Prime Pro Edition, which who knows how much that is for the software. So I need to go all the way back to, I need to go all the way back to 13.0 Service Pack 1. And notice at that point, there is no 3-tier option of, Pro, Light, and Standard, okay? So this should be a free software with no other options. And so you see right here, it says free, okay? So make sure that you're on this one. I know, when you log in, like I said, they took you right to the newest version where you have to pay. So make sure you change the release to 13.0 Service Pack 1, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and try to download this. Okay, now it's finally letting me download. Okay, so I'm going to save that file, the model sim. I'm going to save that file, and then the Cyclone 2 support. Okay, so I'm not sure how big those files are, but you can see up here, this is where my downloads are. I'm not getting great speeds for this stuff right now. I am on campus right now doing this, so I'm going to go ahead and stop talking and let it download, and I will fast forward this part in the video edit. Okay, and so all 3 downloads are complete now, and the total elapsed time on that, probably between 15 and 20 minutes, something like that, so it wasn't too awful bad. But now let's go ahead to the downloads folder, and I'm actually going to go ahead and get to it from here. Okay, so you've got the 3 files here. You want to make sure they're all in the same folder. They don't have to be in your downloads folder, but they have to be in the same folder when you do this, okay? So you're going to double click on Quartus Setup Web. Okay, so now we're going to click through here. We have to accept the agreement, standard boilerplate stuff. Um, this is okay for me. If you want to change it, you can. Everything looks good here because we're going to use the university program vector waveform file, so we don't really need to worry about multisim. I'm sorry, model sim. Okay, so again, this is going to take a little bit of time to install, and I will fast forward this in the video edit. Okay, so all in all, that took about 40 minutes or so. I'm not going to leave this box checked, but to provide your feedback. I'm also not going to launch the 64-bit. I like using the 32, but I am going to let it create a desktop shortcut. So I'm going to go ahead and click Finish. Okay. And then I'm going to go try it out. So this is under, if you go to the folder, it's under Altera 13.01.232 Web Edition. And like I said, it gives you the option to start the 32 or the 64-bit. I'm going to go ahead and start the 32-bit. Okay. Now, there have been some students who have had some issues about not being able just to run the software. I haven't gotten any notices yet, so I'm going to go ahead and try to create a project. Okay. I'm going to go use a different folder. And I'm just going to create a new one. And we'll call this test of 13.0.1.232. That's just for my purposes for testing this. Okay, I'm going to call this test project. For us, as you know, we have the Cyclone 2 and the EP2C20F 484C7. And then you can go ahead and finish that out. Start a new file. Immediately save it. So it has the proper name of the BDF. Add a symbol. Couple of inputs. Control C, Control V, so I have two of them. And then an output. Okay, so I overshot just a little bit. I need to delete that extra little piece. And then change the name. All right, compile it. Just doing a single gate right now, just to verify that we're doing okay, that the install worked. And then once I have all 4 green check marks over here on the left-hand side, I'm going to come up here, and as soon as it's done, there we go. I'm going to do a new file, and I'm going to do a vector waveform file. And it just crashed on me. So let's get this back up. Now I did save this. I created the project, so it should still be there. There it is right there. I'm going to open it up. If you're opening up, you have to open the project file up. And then if you want to get your BDF, you can double click right here and it'll pull up what you had. So before it kicked me out, I was getting ready to create a new file, university program vector waveform file. First thing I do typically is change my grid size to 50 nano. And then I right click over here anywhere on this left side, insert node or bus, node finder, list them all, pull them all over, change this to a count value of 50 nanoseconds, change this to a count value of 100 nanoseconds, and change my simulation options. This is important. You want to go to Quartus2 simulator, and then we can go ahead and run the timing simulation. So there are 2 simulations here. You can run the functional simulation for the theoretical inputs, and where you don't have any propagation delay and you don't have to worry about the timing of anything. So typically we run the timing simulation so that we get a better real world scenario here. So that's what I'm going to do. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and save my changes. Save it in the same folder you've been working in. And there we go. The output for an AND gate. Okay, so hopefully this helps. And I didn't get any messages telling me to do one thing or another. I just copied over this hard drive, so it's a new hard drive. And I uninstalled all previous Quartus and all Altera information. But I did not get prompted to do anything but just use the software. So hopefully you can recreate what I've done here, and if you get something different, you can always bring your laptop into the course, and when we meet face to face, and I will take a look at it and see if we can't figure it out. Okay? All right. Thank you very much.